So what you see behind me is the process of aeration. We do this 2 times a year, and it's really an all hands on deck process for us that sets us up for continued success throughout our golfing season. And what we do is we take out a 1/2 inch in diameter core out of the green at a 2-inch depth, and we refill that hole with sand, amendments, and really what it helps us with is water infiltration, nutrient retention, and ultimately a firm and fast surface for our golfing guests. So after we remove the core, we clean it and we refill that hole with sand that matches our greens profile from construction, as well as beneficial nutrients. That core is basically thatch, which is dead plant material that's built up over the course of the year, and so we're trying to dilute that with our original greens profile. It's about a 2-day process to do the entire golf course, and then times that out by 6 golf courses, and it takes about 12 days for the greens to heal. Fortunately, we discount golfers for 14 days, so by the time you come back out, the greens are in great shape. The benefits of aeration are felt, throughout the entire year when it comes to achieving optimal green speeds, greens firmness. If we didn't do this process, ultimately you'd have a spongy surface that'd be very soft and wouldn't be beneficial for a golfer. You wouldn't be happy going out playing that golf course. So for us to achieve firm greens, fast greens, and ultimately championship condition greens, this is a very necessary process. We do it in spring and fall because that's the optimal time for our greens variety of bentgrass to be growing and heal. We can't do it in the winter time because the greens are not actively growing, and we can't do it in the summer because the greens are under too much stress from the heat. This is the perfect time to do it where our roots are growing and so are the greens. We don't just aerify greens, we aerify our approaches, tees, fairways, and even our roughs sometimes for overseed. It's a very in-depth process. In the fall, it's a bit more extensive, where we will get out and aerify the entire property when the zoysia is actually growing in the fall, also overseed our tall fescue roughs. If you see the units out there today, they're smaller walk-behind aerifiers, and for our fairways and approaches and roughs, we have tractor-pulled implements that do a lot more acreage. I think for us it's just the scale. We're very fortunate to be given a lot of resources from our ownership group. Johnny and JP Morris give us a lot of resources to present these golf courses in peak condition year-round. So when you think about manpower, equipment, not every golf course has the manpower to go aerify their fairways or aerify their tee boxes. In general, everybody does aerify their greens. They might not do it with our frequency, but that's really what it takes when you have 135,000 rounds a year throughout our properties to achieve the conditions that we're trying to achieve.